Now we're going to look at weak service permissions. The first thing I'm going to do is build SharpUp. Build. Let's copy this path. We execute assembly. And this is the output that we're interested in, modifiable services. Come back, come back, come back. Right. So SharpUp is telling us that Vuln Service 2 is modifiable. It doesn't really tell us what is modifiable about it, though. It just says that we can change it in some way. So I got another script on here in tools called getServiceACL. And let's do PowerShell getServiceACL name vuln service 2, and then this will output a bunch of information, but we're specifically interested in the access field or the access property. And these are in little blocks like this, so we need to find the identity that we're actually interested in. So we're not interested in that, or this one. Authenticated users we are, because we are an authenticated user. And you can see that the service rights that we have is change, config, start, and stop. Change config, what it allows us to do is to actually change the path of the service. Let's run scqc vuln service 2. And we can see that the binary path name is pointing to the service 2 executable. And this is one of the things that we can change. So we can point this service at a completely different executable and then restart the service. So let's do something like, let's cd into C. And let's just make a temp directory and upload the beacon payload that we've got. And then to reconfigure the service, we can do scconfig vuln service 2. And then we want to say the binary path needs to equal c temp beacon tcp svc.exe. Okay, it says change success, which is good. And then if we do scqc again, you can see that the path has changed. And now we can just run sc stop vuln service 2, run sc start vuln service 2, and then connect localhost 1337. And there we go.